Sometimes when you make a pot and you make the bottom too thin, you pick it up, and this is what you see. So I'm going to show you a way to correct that. Instead of making a new bottom, we're going to put the bottom on the top. So first thing I'm doing here is I'm going to measure with the calipers the width of the opening. Then I'm going to take a piece of clay that I've rolled out, which I'm sure is bigger than the opening. Use my sponge, compress it. Then I'll take my calipers and just double check to make sure that everything is good. Going to get my piece, and instead of putting the bottom on it, I'm going to put the top on it. So I'm going to scratch around the top with my scratcher. Then I will get a little bit of slip to put on here. It doesn't need a whole lot, but I'm going to just use my sponge here and dab it around, get it good and wet. And then I am going to try centering it here. So I'll eyeball it first and then work at getting it centered, which frankly I am not very good at, so I'm just going to spare you the details here until we get to where it is already centered. So here we go, it is centered, and I'm going to just compress it on the bottom, just gently push down to get a good attachment here. Then I will take just my sponge and just sort of compress it there or all around the bottom. We'll get my regular trimming tool and go ahead and trim around the bottom, removing the excess clay. This will just take a couple of turns here and we'll have it removed. One more, I think. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and the top, just use my pin tool and remove that excess clay from the top here. Once I do that, I need to smooth it out because this is going to be the top of the pot now. So I'll get my trimming tool and I will go ahead and trim around the sides and also around the, all around the sides. Use my sponge and compress the top again to get it nice and smooth. Okay, and then use my sponge to smooth the inside of it where the seams are where I've attached the new bottom. Just very gently press those seams together. I have a lid that I already made to fit, and I'm just checking, and it actually fits the bottom part here too, so I'm going to go ahead and use this lid. Now we're going to wire it off. Let it get just maybe a little bit harder, and then we will trim the bottom. So to trim the bottom, you can see I've added a little bit of newspaper here. This is just something I do once in a while if I don't want it to distort too much and I want to make sure that I can get it off the wheel easily. So I'm taking my little pieces of clay to stabilize it, but the paper is still underneath of the top of the lid so that I can easily remove it. And then we're just going to go ahead and start trimming the bottom here. Then we'll take our metal rib and just smooth it. Now it should come quite easily off the wheel since I put the paper here. So pick it up and looks good. There you go. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please just put them in the comments below.